May I now invite creative thinker, writer, graphologist, Professor Prasad Sundarajan to the lectern for the welcome address.
Good morning to every one of you. Chandragupta Institute of Management, Patna, as far as I know, for the last 15 years, has been definitely involved in whatever we name as corporate social responsibility. I don't know whether in fact in that name, but as much as I know, by the initiative of the director, Dr. Mohandas, and with the perfect cooperation of the faculty members and even senior students, we have done a great lot of things which if the director was here, he would have told. Adopting so-called children from the disadvantaged community around and give them directions on working on most advanced computer facility lab here, then adopting 2-3 villages and giving guidance for them, and then participating in many other socially relevant activities in Patna city and elsewhere, and above all being a part of the government of Bihar. I think almost every faculty member of CIMB is involved in real socially relevant projects and managing them and evaluating them and so on and so forth. So quite eligibly, Chandragupta Institute of Management, Patna is, starting a Center for Corporate Social Responsibility Studies, and to my knowledge, at least no other management institutes in India, especially the top ones, I don't think they have such a center. So that itself is a great originality on the part of the institution under the leadership of the Chief Minister of Bihar, as well as with the support of the other ministerial body of the government. So I am absolutely thrilled and feel very wonderful about such an initiative. My task is to, on behalf of the entire Chandragupta Institute of Management, Patna, the faculty and the staff, and especially on behalf of the coordinator of the program, to welcome two wonderful entities to this meeting. They are not ordinary people, highly elected representatives of the population of Bihar. So I officially welcome once again on behalf of the community of Chandragupta Institute of Management, Patna, and on behalf of the proposed Center for Corporate Social Responsibility Studies, I welcome our very honorable Chief Guest, Sri Tarkeshwar Prasad. I also have Prasad in my name, sir. Sir, I also have Prasad in my name. My name is Prasad Sundarajan. So, guest Sri Tarkeshwar Prasad, Deputy Chief Minister, Bihar, and our Chief Guest of Honor today. And then we have another Guest of Honor, equally reputed, Sri Nitin Navin, Honorable Minister, Road Construction Department, again a great social initiative of every nation, Bihar. To this unique moment of inaugurating a very unique entity for research and studies in so-called corporate social responsibility. I have been teaching ethics and corporate governance for the last 12 years to the students of Chandragupta Institute of Management, Patna. Of course, I have never been teaching theories about ethics or theories about corporate governance. I have been trying to make them sensitive why there should be social responsibility, why there should be that ethical sensitivity. Corporate social responsibility is a great initiative. I do not exactly know who was that wonderful creative mind which conceived the possibility of corporations, especially private corporations, especially to be responsible to the society, responsible to the development and evolution of the communities and various disadvantaged groups around and beyond their domain. And there is no rule about that, there is no compulsion about that, but there is a notion that corporate social responsibility is the duty of every profit-making corporation, especially private sector. But when I go through the 100 best listed organizations in India for corporate social responsibility, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them are public sector companies like Indian Oil Corporation. I know my faculty members might know about that better. I don't really bother to look at that, but I always teach, or rather, I always try to make the students sensitive to why there should be that social responsibility. What is a corporate? What is the social responsibility? Responsibility, I say it is a little bit intimidating term. That's what I personally always felt. Instead, it should have been corporate responsiveness to the development of society, because responsibility assumes some kind of a compulsion, some kind of a duty, which most of the entrepreneurs do not feel like that. I interact with a lot of entrepreneurs. Then I tell them. So in my short talk, I just want to point out one of my perspectives about why human beings should be sensitive, creatively sensitive to the environment, and do whatever a given entity can do to support the existence of the deserving community or deserving institutions or deserving group of people. That is by the very nature of the nature process itself. The very nature, the very plants and the trees and the climates and the revolution and rotation of this planet Earth, by which the existences are possible here. They do not take any profit. If a tree is deriving water or photosensitive light, it is just ready to give away everything to everything, whether to the birds to have its nest or its fruit, or the people or other organisms to take it, unconditionally offering of whatever they can produce, whatever they have taken. So it is, and look at the corporations, especially private corporations, it is very relevant, especially Kumod, the chairman. Now increasingly companies are becoming so-called privatized. Already companies are trying to have a control over the government sphere. That's why corporate governance. And that's why this importance on ethics. Now by that indirect sensitizing of the moral sensitivity, the value sensitivity or the goodness of the human mind, the governments are trying to persuade these people, come on, you are making such a profit, and from out of the customers or the clients or the relevant population, and why don't you give it back? That's how the corporate governance, even the government of India tried to introduce some legal conditions, and sometime back under the previous government they tried to have a meeting of some top chief executives of the country to propose the need of creating a law, corporate governance as a law. Then I was also present there. Then most of them said, we are a beautiful country, we are all wonderful people, we have a background of Upanishads and Vedanta and all those things, we are loving people. Do we need a law in order to help people? So I think there was no law created except some article changes in the whatever relevant subject. But what I have to say is that it should be in the culture of the country itself. Every individual who has that possibility of something extra should give to those who are deserving, because our environment is full of poor, deserving people. The World Development Report shows increasing gap of the rich and the poor. So the one who has that blessing to have a little bit of extra money or a little bit of extra facility, it should be provided as much as possible to 1 or 2 or 3 people. That's what I do. That's what I have done. I don't talk what I don't do. I have 2.5 acres of land in a mountainous region. Nearby it's for poor people. Exactly 1.5 acres I give to the poorest of guys. You just cultivate it and take the thing. And grass. And there was a beautiful incident. One day one poor guy came with the cows and said, sir, I want to graze the cows here. A lot of people are they are kind of illiterate people. Their cows are not properly managed, so they pluck the leaves of the trees which I love. So I said, I cannot allow you. Then that illiterate person told me a dialogue. Sir, this place belongs to you legally, but this grass coming out by nature process, He talked in Tamil language. It was a wonderful revelation to me. Of course, this land is owned by legal thing. But the growth of the grass and the plants and the trees are by the wonderful process of the nature process. So what is my ultimate right on that? So okay, I said, okay, you come and take it. Because of some legal provisions collectively agreed, on the basis of some philosophy, some people can buy land and or some people can get contract to mine places and take the raw materials, whether petroleum or minerals or metals, and they have the factories and they create whatever materials and they sell it to the public and they get the money, and they don't feel that mindset, they don't have that mindset to contribute an amount of that. Why? I don't understand. I am talking about my personal thing. I don't understand why this globe belongs to everything in this world. This earth belongs to every being in this world, because he happened to own that part of land, because and there is that mining possible, and so he takes everything and he makes the product and sell it to the people and make the money, and they don't do anything to the other people. So it is something very important, especially in the coming world. Perhaps this COVID has done that little bit of wonder of making the arrogant, power motivated, richness motivated, wealth motivated kind of people to reconsider, reflect upon the existence of things in this world, the transience of existence of these people, and they may do something. I hope so. I see a little bit of possibilities of change in that. So it is a wonderful initiative, and I suppose ultimately this corporate social responsibility is based on that core of the human condition. That core of human condition is love, evidenced by the very expression of the little born infant, evidenced by a 2-year-old, 3-year-old infant. You shout at it, it may say so. Next moment you extend your hand, it comes. The possibility of every organism, the natural tendency of every Atman, that natural tendency of that undercurrent is to flow, is to love, that love. I don't mean romantic love and all that. Love meaning that general concern for existence of other people. On what I did not create me, and they did not create by themselves. It's all here. All this existent flow is happening. So on what basis I am amassing this wealth, or I am amassing these accounts and put it into some other banks and enjoy it? On what basis I enjoy it? I cannot enjoy it. I used to smoke India King's 360 rupees a packet. After reaching there, I changed it because I was a smoker. I changed it to BD, 20 rupees a packet. I just cannot open that packet when I see the poverty around. So that sensitivity, that creative sensitivity should be imbibed by the people. You cannot force anybody to be responsible, to be responsive. I hope this kind of initiative by Chandragupta Institute of Management very duly appreciated and supported and recommended by the very government of Bihar. I think we can define and decide to make it a remarkable turning point in this very country for initiating research and further development of ideologies and perspectives and concepts by which that feeling of love and concern for people will be induced in the corporate bodies, so that they will do something for the evolution of, as much as possible, everybody around. And once again, on behalf of the Chandragupta Institute of Management in Patna and the faculty members and the students, and especially the one who planned this center, once again I welcome the Chief Guest of the Government of Bihar, and I thank you once again on behalf of them. Welcome to you both, sirs. Thank you.